Sorry. My husband wants Chris more than he wants me.
What's going on, everyone? We're talking about more Shane Dawson drama. Okay, you're not gonna believe this. I cannot believe what I found. Okay, so Shane Dawson, and I'm allowed to speak. I am a Shane Dawson supporter. You guys know I am unbiased. No, wait a minute. Biased towards Shane Dawson. I like him, but I'm gonna try to be unbiased in this video. To me, Shane Dawson, like I find him so funny. I find his uniqueness, charisma, nerve, whatever you want to say that. I just think he's so like inspirational but funny and quirky and just real, and like I get the comedy. You know, I buy the merch, and like guys, even the palette, when this palette came out, I got 1 million views reviewing it. Shook. I was freaking shook. And I still have this palette, okay? Very quickly, this video is sponsored the house by Manscaped. Manscaped has brand new cooling technology underwear, different styles. They're here for everyone. They have different sizes, not just small, medium, and large. It goes up to the XL to the XXL. So definitely check it out. Father's Day is just around the corner. I'm not gonna steer you wrong. These underwears are so good and just in time for Father's Day. So don't forget about Pops. Check them out. And I love you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this video. TSA friendly, waterproof, and rechargeable. If you're looking to get into the Lawnmower 3.0, 4.0, those are amazing, amazing products there. Shipping to New Zealand, Australia, and the United Kingdom. So thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this video. Let's get on with the drama. And things have changed. The beauty community is practically dead the house, girl. And partly because I feel like I'll make another video about that, and we'll talk about that in another video, girl. But I just kind of feel like Shane Dawson is back officially. His friendship with Garrett, you know, I kind of thought, and a lot of the supporters, because I read the comments, a lot of people were thinking that Shane Dawson would acknowledge Garrett Wine or Andrew, his cameraman, with their friendship. Everyone thought, well, a small community, we're thinking like when he does his podcast episode 1, when he does his podcast episode 2, that he might give them a mention like, hey guys, you know, this is what's going on, like, or what happened, or sometimes friendships go their different ways, and it is what it is, and I wish them the best and much success. But like, he didn't do that. And I think to a large number of his audience, they're kind of like, well, what really did happen with Garrett and Shane Dawson? Like, what was the catalyst between that? Was it Jeffree Star? Was it that? Was it something Jeffree Star said that nobody knows about behind closed doors? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, you know, I get the gig. I totally understand. I see it both ways. I've been in the courtroom and on court side. I see it like Chanel. I see both sides of it. I can see if that was the case with Jeffree, I can kind of see what happened. I get it. But I think the audience, because they're so invested in Shane Dawson, like they buy his merch.
But it is large. It is quite heavy. It has the straps, obviously. You have to connect them. It gives you the certain holes on which one you would like it to go on. And they have the little Shane Dawson logo there. But it's a cute little bag. It's huge though. Like, it's bigger than my head. It's like 2 times the size of my head. It's pretty thick. So the backpack was $99. It includes 6 items and is a value of $212.
And they buy the palette.
Oh, we're purchasing this. Oh my goodness. I am so fangirling. I remember being like a little kid and like so badly wanting to get a Shane Dawson shirt when they were in, I think, Spencer's ? And no, I never ended up getting one, but like now being like an adult and being like, I got Shane Dawson's palette. I already like see them. I'm so excited. Okay guys, I'll let you guys like fully look first. Ooh, oh my goodness.
And they watch his 3-hour-long podcast or whatever it can be. They really are in it. You know, these are the people. I'm trying to be so respectful. But these are the people who, like, I don't know, put you in your $1 million houses and help you, you know, with the G-Wagons and all this extravagant, crazy stuff that you get, right? They put you in this position that you can afford these things, right? And so they become invested. The people become invested, and they kind of want to know what happened, right? At this point in time, I feel like I'm just talking to an echo chamber, because we're never going to know what really happened with Garrett, and we're never going to know what happened with Shane Dawson in that friendship. If you look at Garrett's YouTube channel, he hasn't posted a video in a while. The Sweet Boys podcast, they ended that podcast. And I'm just thinking, like, what do you do? What do you do? I always wonder myself, like, how do they make any money? No disrespect, I love them both. I've met Garrett in person, lovely guy, and I just kind of feel like, what is he doing? Why he just quit YouTube or something? You know, I don't know. It's so interesting to me how someone like Garrett can get hundreds and thousands of views. I mean, girl, I can't get a view to save my life. I can't get a like on this video to save my life, much less a subscriber. But yet, Garrett, who gets hundreds of thousands of views, how he could just walk away from that? I don't get it. And I'm just trying to like understand how a YouTuber who is adored and loved like Garrett or Shane Dawson can get thousands and thousands, hundreds and thousands of views and just walk away from it without like a proper goodbye, or I'm not saying that he left, but like something, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there'll be someone in the comments saying, well, you know, on October 15, 2009, he had said that he's taking a break. I don't know that because the video didn't say taking a break or anything like some, you know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of like, you might as well put in some notepad, put it on Twitter that no one ever sees, your lowest engagement platform or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I just kind of feel like what happened to Garrett Watt, why he's not posting, does anyone care? I'm pretty sure people do care, but Shane Dawson hasn't mentioned him. And it seems like by episode, because I was like, well, let me give it episode 2, he'll give it a mention. No. And Shane Dawson, it seems he doesn't need this whole conspiracy gig that he has going on to pull a view. You know, like when I watch his podcast and he's talking about conspiracies and Mandela effect, I'm not there for that, right? I'm just there for him and his like banter he has going on.
You're like this because if you were, I will say this, and not to get like too dramatic about stuff, but I was thinking today how lucky I am to be with you, and like how so many people, is this too much?
What?
Well,
no, I want to hear it. Oh my gosh. A compliment? Come on.
Like you are so not afraid of what people say, like, or people's, you know, opinions or any of that. Like you're just such a strong person that like, I don't know, even at the heat of everything happening with me and all of that, like, you were just such a rock because you were just like, these people, that person, who cares? Like, whatever. And
well,
like,
because we know ourselves. We know our character. We can live with ourselves, and that's what's most important. What exterior people think is such a sliver of our pie.
Right. Ooh.
But I feel like he doesn't need to play into that to get a view, you know? If Shane Dawson really wants a view, he needs to talk about the truth. Trisha Paytas. Like, what are you afraid of? Like, just say, hey, you know what, Trisha Paytas, she was a good friend of mine. Clickbait the video like this, all serious, and then put the truth, Trisha Paytas. And then people click, and just be like, hey, you know what? I really don't know what happened between us. She just stopped talking to me. She blocked me over something that I feel like was a total misunderstanding. Totally. People would live for that. They could rekindle a friendship. Who knows? Who knows? I'm just saying, it's not as scary as you think it is, right? Shane Dawson has got himself into some little drama because this podcast is a little bit problematic. So, on episode 1, people were saying that okay, come a little closer, okay? On episode 1 of the podcast, people were saying that Shane Dawson was, you know, flirting or being inappropriate with, the cameraman, his friend, right? The cameraman guy. I forgot his name. What's his name? Chris? Henry? I forgot his name. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. The house. Okay, I love him so much. He's funny. The house, right? They call him the new Andrew or whatever. Okay, the new cameraman. They were saying that the questions that Shane was asking was inappropriate to ask in front of Ryland.
Videos. I'm obsessed with Chris's social life. Chris is into, what's the politically correct way to say it?
Bears?
My type, bears. Yeah, chubs, cubs, fat men.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, we got there.
All right, yo, you popped the cork on fat. Now we can say fat.
Okay, we're allowed to
getting
say
nervous.
We're in a safe place. We're in a fat place. So you like bigger guys.
Yes.
And I think the reason I've been fascinated about it, and it doesn't make you uncomfortable when I ask you questions, right?
No, not at all.
You love it, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Makes you feel heard and seen. The reason I like it is because
Smashed.
it makes you feel smashed. Oh my god! Yikes!
You know, I just like how my biggest insecurity is looking fat. The next topic is just all about fat dudes. You know?
Well, I think this is where Shane's going.
Oh my god! And one person's insecurity is another person's kink.
Sure.
That's beautiful.
It's my
So now I'm feeling objectified.
Oh god.
So
Prior to being in a relationship, like when you're just seeking out porn to get off, you would search a bigger boy.
yeah, chubs, bears, yeah. Yeah,
Oh my.
It's the only thing I've ever been attracted to. My first crush ever in high school was like a football lineman named Chris. Hi, Chris. But yeah, he's a big dude. I don't know. And I was just like the most turned on I've ever been in my life.
And so
yeah,
it's just programmed in you, like liking boys.
Yeah.
That's what I would always say. Like, what gets me to ejaculation is probably like what I'm into.
Wait, what do you say? Okay, we'll get back to that in a second because now I'm freaking out because I have questions. What?
We have great sex. What are you
I know,
talking
but like,
about?
what are you
Your
talking-
brother's here.
But listen, you literally. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Because what? Okay.
I'm
What
saying
are you
when I
looking
found
up?
out I was gay.
If you're not looking at fat guys, we have a problem.
Wait, what are you? Yeah,
I
what are
wouldn't
you?
say that you're a fat guy.
Okay, we're not going to go there.
Well, I don't think Ryland is the expert on the topic, though.
No,
Right,
sorry.
Back to Chris.
Chris,
Hi.
So the reason I'm obsessed with it is because as somebody who was, 400 pounds for a while, a long time, I thought nobody would ever like me. I thought, oh my God, only a serial killer is going to want to.
Okay, I kind of see where I understand that, but at the same time, if Ryland's comfortable with it and Shane's comfortable with it, I really don't see the issue. But I could see how if it was totally out of left field. But you have to read the room, and evidently Shane was reading the room and felt comfortable enough to ask that question. So if you're asking me what question was it, they got this whole thing about like what kind of guys do you like, and the cameraman was saying that he likes bigger guys, we call them chubby chasers or stuff like that. And Shane Dawson was just so interested in that conversation. And it maybe people were saying that it made Ryland feel uncomfortable. With that being said, because I already know y'all gonna defend Ryland. You can't talk anything negative about the queen. So the drama was that on Ryland's podcast, okay, Ryland even mentioned that my husband or my man wants. Here we go. We got the clip. Here we go. Roll it.
Sorry.
My husband wants Chris more than he wants me.
Sorry.
My husband wants Chris more than he wants me.
My husband wants Chris more than he wants me.
How would you know? Did you just declare
I don't.
that?
I feel like
I don't think that's a thing that anybody says.
What
Maybe
is
you're,
it?
Maybe
There
Nana
is a thing
McAllister.
like, this was not on my something for the something. I know it's a trend. For
sure.
I know that it's a trend.
Right.
Anyways, I got my ears pierced.
So cute.
Looks so good.
Oh, thank you, Christopher. No, I walked in and Chris was like, "Are your ears pierced?"
No, first he said, "Did you get new earrings? Did you get your ears pierced?" And he can't stop smiling at you like you had a baby or something.
No, he looks so good.
He's super cute.
First off, I'm usually lost in his baby blue eyes, which
Right.
just
Oh,
that's all you
wow.
can get.
Seems like he's coming
But-
on to me.
He's literally engaged.
Oh, sorry.
My husband wants Chris more than he wants me.
No, what?
But he looks so good. You really do look good there. He looks so good right there.
Thank you. Well, no. So Shane and I guess we had been joking about we on and off because in high school.
There's truth behind every joke.
Sorry.
My husband wants Chris more than he wants me.
There's truth behind every joke. And he said it very quickly. Like, if you don't watch The Sip, which is Ryland's podcast, you would have missed it. Okay? You would have missed it. But that's what Ryland himself said. And then I see they're like, well, why is Ryland even in Shane's podcast? He has his own podcast and stuff like that. I don't know why Ryland gets so much I have a comment because y'all leave these big old comments, and I feel like it's disrespectful if I don't read them with give them some type of validity, whatever I'm saying. But here's this one. I can't totally grasp why Shane wouldn't mention the disappearance of Garrett, Andrew, or even Drew from his videos. Garrett and Andrew were a part of Shane's videos, which gathered millions upon millions of views. Goes without saying, they brought in the big bucks for Shane's YouTube career. They made his videos super funny and entertaining. And just like that, after his documentary with Jeffree Star, they stopped appearing. I can't get behind the idea they want nothing to do with Shane's past, so they stopped being in his videos and whatever, but come on. A selfish part of me wants Shane to at least touch on the topic of what happened to his friends. His cameraman, hell. He replaced him with the lackluster copycat and never acknowledged Andrew in what he did for his channel. Just replaced him. And his audience, whether you watch or not, what do you think of him not even mentioning their names, wiping his hands clean from his once called best friends? And I think that The reason why I kind of somewhat agree with that statement is because I'm a Leo, and I just feel like if I was part of Shane Dawson's crew and helping him film and edit and that whole gig, and that Shane Dawson just kind of like replaced me over a falling out behind the scenes and never made a video saying, hey, I want to thank so and so for being part of this journey, and thank you so much, you're an amazing friend, like publicly, right? I guess a Leo thing, I don't know. And then or is it a narcissist thing? I don't know. And they kind of, like some type of acknowledgement and wish them the best, and I hope that they move on. I don't think that Garrett and Andrew separated themselves away from Shane Dawson because of his past and the drama and being so-called canceled, which is another thing Shane Dawson keeps saying, that he's canceled. What do you think about me being canceled? What would you do if you're in my situation when I got canceled? It's like, stop bringing it up, because I forgot that Shane Dawson was canceled, but every time he brings it up, I remember it. It's like being canceled on the internet. It's like some type of rite of passage. Like everybody gets canceled in the house, right? And if you really want to know my theory, which I don't know, he don't listen to me, but if Shane Dawson were to ask me, like, what do you think, what would you would have done? I would have kept posting, girl. I would have kept posting. Shane Dawson took a whole year off. And Jeffree Star kept posting, releasing stuff. He might have put stuff back, but he kept doing his thing. Jaclyn Hill, you name it. James Charles, they kept posting. Looking back at it now, Shane Dawson probably lost $1 million because he didn't post no videos. And I'm not trying to talk about it's about money or anything like that. No. It's not about trying to pay the rent. None of that. It's just about, like, don't let these people knock you down. Shane Dawson is a force to be reckoned with. He doesn't see it. I see it in him. I believe in Shane Dawson that he can make a comeback 10 times over. Okay. I do not think that the reason why Garrett and Shane and Andrew split up was because of Shane Dawson's problematic past. They've been such good friends that they would have been like, you know what? This is my friend, Shane Dawson. I don't agree with the stuff he did in the past, but who I know today, that's not who he is. And that's why I stick by him. I'm just saying, he could have said that. They could have said that. And I don't think that that's what it was. I don't think that's what it was. The only reason why I think that something happened, it had to do with the documentary. And I'm not saying Jeffree Star. Something with that film, before or after, something had happened. Because, like, Jeffree Star doesn't really hang out with Shane Dawson that much. It would be different, because I'm not saying it's Jeffree Star. I'm not trying to say don't twist my words, because I know how you are. Because, just hear me out. I would believe that if Jeffree Star was always with Shane Dawson, even till this day. Like, they're always hanging out, right? But they're not. So it's not like, well, we can't go over to Shane's house because Jeffree's there. So it's just like, what happened? And nobody knows what happened. This is just one of those internet YouTube mysteries. What happened with Shane Dawson, Garrett Watts, and Andrew? Let's investigate. What happened? Does anyone even care? Because Shane Dawson is now making these podcasts that are great. I like them, but he doesn't acknowledge them. If Shane Dawson wants views and attention, people want real. What's happening with the platform is that people don't want overly hype produced videos. They just don't. They don't. They don't want these crazy high budget. They just want. You guys, you don't believe it? I just had a panic attack. Oh my god. They just want real, raw videos. They want you to sit down. They want you to be like, girl, this is what's going on. This is what happened. They want to see the good, the bad, and the bottom line. They want to see that. People want to see that. Oh, and if this shooks you, I'm in a different place. I'm in the Hollywood Hills. I've been here for about 3 weeks, girl. And I'm here. The house. Here I am. So it's just. So Shane Dawson, if you want me on your podcast, I'll come and I'll spice it up. I'll bring the drama. I'll come and I'll make it more entertaining than what it is. Now, the fear that I had with the Shane Dawson podcast was the fact that he was going to say something out of line and get canceled again. Okay.
person perspective of homophobes though that own Chick-fil-A, they probably feel like it's.
I'm not
gay.
offended. Okay. No, I'm not.
So what this is listen, I did podcasts for a long time because I really do enjoy the kind of conversations you can have on a podcast because it's longer. You can kind of get into it. You're not too worried about offending. I mean, at this point, well, you were more offensive than me, so I feel great. Like at this point, you can kind of do that, and then I can just,
No, but that's like saying because you're in the end producing the podcast. So if you're laughing at something awful, you're also co-signing.
I can't get more canceled than I already am. So I'm at a point now where I'm like, let's just keep it real. Let's be honest. Let's have fun conversations. Let's bring in some weird guests and talk to some people that, like, I was so tempted, which brings me to my next topic, because I was very tempted to bring in somebody really misunderstood and controversial. And I have a list.
Oh my God.
First episode is his brother. Shane Dawson is not going to get in trouble. Girl, I got to fix this contour on makeup. Make us all running apart. This is from that Jeffree Star Morphe collaboration when they did the sponges, girl.
Guys, stop! Pump the brakes. I forgot that. Hi. How are ya? Okay, so the Beauty Sponge Trio. We redid the packaging. We're bringing them back. They did so well this year, and I really love these. I use them literally every day. Where's the one I was literally just using? I use these every single day for blending out foundation, my concealer, for baking, for cutting the cheeks, for really chiseling. They're good for everything. You guys know what beauty sponges are by now. And if you tried these, I hope you love them. All right, but you guys know that these retail for $16, and they will be re-promoted with this entire collection in the new packaging. Okay.
You can't buy these. You can't. They're sold out. It was like a limited collection that came and went, gone forever. Here I am, patting my nose with it. Shane Dawson. The problematic problem that I have with Shane Dawson, and nobody cares. I feel like no one listens to me. I would tell Shane Dawson, girl, if you want views the house, this is what the people want. They want you to revisit Jake Paul. What happened to Jake Paul? They want you to revisit Graveyard Girl. How's her dying channel doing?
Me too!
See, when I get nervous, I'm like one of those people that says like you're at a movie and they're like, enjoy your movie. And I'm like, enjoy your movie too. And then I die inside.
Wow, you're really nervous.
I know, I'm gonna like cry.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Feel free to cry. People love crying.
That's why I didn't put fake eyelashes on.
Do you guys want to maybe sit a little closer together just because if I ever want to get you with both of them?
Shit, Dr. Shane. Wait, what if you do that? That's your next transition. I'm just scared of what you're gonna ask me, and then I'm gonna say too much.
Tell me why you're so nervous. Let's start with that, because we haven't really talked too much about everything.
Well, I feel like I had a really bad year last year, and I feel like, I don't know, I have no coping mechanisms. I feel like maybe I'm scared of the camera.
It's okay. No, like let's go slow. You don't have to feel like you have to completely.
I always feel like I should like say good answers and then
Don't live.
They want Shane Dawson to like, I don't know. I like the direction of where, I'm not saying like, oh, this is trash or whatever. No. I mean, hello, I'm a diehard supporter. Okay, I've spent my money. You put your money where your mouth is. Okay, I put my bets on Shane Dawson. What he's doing now is great. He's coming back. I like the podcast. And in fact, I know that he likes doing podcasts because he's already done a podcast before. History repeats itself, right? But him having his brother on, his brother might say something that might cause drama. Because the first episode was a little rocky. This second episode, it seemed a little bit more tame, and the brother was like, all right, I'm not going to say anything to get you in trouble. Here's the thing that people are saying about Ryland, okay? I love Ryland. To me, Ryland can do no wrong, right? But here's what people are saying. They're saying Ryland needs to actually set some boundaries because this isn't the first time he's been upset with Shane's inappropriate friendships, obsessions with other men. And it clearly bothers him. He needs to tell Shane to stop flirting with other people. And if he doesn't listen, then he should leave. OMG, ouch. Instead of always trying to protect Shane, he should realize that us calling Shane out actually benefits him. Then it goes like this, because the receipt goes as follows. He'd get way more support if he left Shane. They keep wanting Ryland to leave Shane off the heels of them potentially getting married. Okay, This is so crazy to me. To get away, more support if he left Shane. I tend to hold grudges on people who stay loyal to awful people. But I doubt he thinks the scandals Shane got in were okay. He just didn't want to believe they were true. Ryland just deserves a better partner, period, but he could still have a career as the enemy of one of the most hated YouTube personalities. I can't agree with that comment. I can't. Because I think that Ryland is in it for the long run with Shane. And no, I do not think it has to do with financial stability, which is extremely hard to get here in LA, I'll tell you that much. Everyone's broke the house. But I just feel like that's not it. I think that Ryland is really interested in Shane. Let me know what you think about that drama in the comments down below, guys. And I have a lot more to say, but we'll leave it here. I totally went off topic, but let me know what you think about that drama, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Love you so much.